Hey everybody, back with another video, and for this one we're kind of stretching our way back a bit to about 1968, and this is a song that helped make a band. I mean, the, the band in question has had a long history since, and believe it or not, they're still together. They're still performing worldwide. They're just not hitting the same venues as they used to, but they're they're still active, believe it or not. The group in question is probably perhaps best known for one other single, and that's called "Smoke on the Water." The band in question, of course, is called Deep Purple, and this particular song is the song that really um, began to really make them, as it were. It's actually a song written by Billy Joe Royal, called Hush. Even if you think you don't know the song, you know the song. You've heard it on radio, I'm sure, many, many, many times. Even if you didn't know what it was, this is it. Um, now, uh, Billy Joe Billy Joe Royal recorded this song before Deep Purple did. And but I think Deep Purple ended up having more of an impact with the song than Billy Joe Royal did. So, but that's my opinion. Um, of course, some information about the song before we start. Hush is a song written by American songwriter and composer um, Joe South for recording artist Billy Joe Royal. The song was a number 14 hit by Somebody's Image, an Australian band fronted by Russell Morris, in 1967. Morris re released a new recording with his band, The Rubes, in 1980. It was also covered by Deep Purple in 1968 and by Kula Shaker in 1997. These two artists had a top 5 hit with their versions, although I've never heard the Kula Shaker one, but yeah, my musical tastes at that time were limited. I a lot of the stuff that was coming out in, around the late 1990s, early 2000s, I just tuned myself out of because none of it was none of it appealed to me at all. I was going I was delving further back into, you know, songs from, 70s, 80s, and, you know, early 90s, and even the 60s. But just kind of like some of the later 90s stuff, I was not even remotely interested. Nothing sounded good to my ear at that time. Um, so let's see. Not going to get into the Billy Joe Royal version, although I suppose I could, but I'm not going to. We're concentrating on the Deep Purple version, so that's the one that I'm going to be talking about because this is the one that you know got me really into Deep Purple. Um, it was recorded by Deep Purple, and at that time it was fronted by lead singer Rod Evans for their 1968 debut album Shades of Deep Purple. Group member Richie Blackmore, having heard the Billy Joe Royal original while living in Hamburg, said it was a great song, which would be, a good song for our act if we could come up with a different arrangement. Mm-hmm. We recorded the whole song in 2 takes. The track became the group's first hit single, peaking at number 4 on the Hot 100 on the 21st and 28th of September 1968. Number 16 in Italy in late 1968, and number 2 in Canada, while going largely unnoticed in the United Kingdom. Cashbox called it a psychedelicalized reversion of the time-back Billy Joe Royal song, saying that the instrumental work and tailoring of the rock song all point to sheer force. Record World described it as a rollicking contemporary ditty. In 1968, Deep Purple performed live on Hugh Hefner's Playboy After Dark. And the band opened the episode playing the instrumental and the address. After Hefner heard a ghost story from John Lord and had a guitar lesson from Ritchie Blackburn, Deep Purple performed Hush, which is available in the Playboy After Dark Second Collection 2007 DVD release and 2000's CD reissue of the Shades of Deep Purple album. And I believe this performance that this video is I think from that particular episode of Playboy After Dark. I could be wrong on that, but anyway, now to the song that introduced me and probably a lot of other people to the music of Deep Purple. Here they are from 1968. Come on, mouse. With Hush.
So fine, she's the best girl that I ever had. Sometimes you're gonna make me feel so bad. Na, 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 na. Hush, hush, I thought I heard her calling my name. Now hush, hush. She broke my heart, but I love her just the same. Now hush, hush, I thought I heard her calling my name. Now hush, hush, I need her loving and I'm not to blame. Now you got her early in the morning, you got her late in the evening. Oh, well, I want and need it, oh, I gotta have it. She got loving like quicksand, only took one touch of her hand. Blow my mind and I'm in so deep that I can't eat y'all, but I can't sleep. Na, 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 na. Listen, hush, hush, I thought I heard her calling my name. Now hush, hush, she broke my heart, but loving and I'm not to blame now. You got her early in the morning, you got her late in the evening. Oh, won't that need it? Hey, I gotta have it.
Okay, we're going to hold it there for just a little bit while I give you a little bit more. Come on, a little bit more info. But let's see, what does it say here? Yeah. In celebration of the band's 20th anniversary, Deep Purple re recorded the song in 1988 for their album Nobody's Perfect. The track was released as a single and reached number 62 on the UK singles chart and number 44 on the US Hot Mainstream Rock chart. Ian Gillan, who had replaced Rod Evans as the lead singer of Deep Purple in 1969, admitted being uneasy about having recorded the song, saying the only person he wanted to hear perform the song was Evans, who at that point was no longer involved in music. And yeah, we have some closing things about the song, but we'll save that for after the song. So let's get back to Deep Purple with Hush. Sorry, got into it. Sorry about that. I got into it. What can I say? I'm human. anyway, anyway, our last batch of information. Um, Hush is one of 4 songs originally recorded with the band's original vocalist Rod Evans and bassist Nick Semper that Deep Purple had performed with their replacements Ian Gillan and Roger Glover later on. Others are Mandrake Root, also from Shades of Deep Purple, Kentucky Woman from the album The Book of Taliesin from 1968, and The Bird Has Flown from the album Deep Purple from 1969. The instrumental Ring That Neck from the Book of Taliesin was also a regular part of the band's set list in the early 1970s. The personnel for this particular um, version of the song was Richie Blackburn on guitar, Rod Evans lead vocals, Nick Semper bass guitar and backing vocals, Ian Pace drums, and John Lord Hammond organ and backing vocals. The 1988 cover that they did included Richie Blackmore on guitar, Ian Gillan on vocals, and harmonica, Roger Glover on bass, Ian Pace on drums, and John Lord on organ and keyboard. Now, there have been, according to some, really, some other versions on here, which at least one of these actually baffled my mind. But anyway, other versions include Joe South, who recorded Hush in 1968 for his second album, Games People Play. British singer Chris Ife released a version in December 1967. Tommy Kohlberg recorded the song for his 1968 album Nature Boy, credited to Tom, not Tommy, but Tom. Mary Lee Rush recorded the song for her 1968 album Angel of the Morning. Love Affair recorded the song for their 1968 album Everlasting Love Affair. The song got a lot of traction in 1968, didn't it? Damn, a lot of people recorded the song. A 1973 single version of Hush was released by Jeannie C. Riley, Harper Valley PTA girl, from her album Just Jeannie. It reached number 51 on the Billboard Country and Western chart. Swedish band Gothard included a cover on their self-titled 1992 debut album. They also performed the song live with Deep Purple's John Lord as a special guest at the Zermatt Unplugged Festival in 2008. Jenny Rock, a Canadian artist, recorded a French adaptation in 1970 entitled Mal. Kula Shaker. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and if I am, I'm sorry. If I'm not, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Uh, Kula Shaker or Kula Shakar. Like I said, I don't know the pronunciation. I'm sorry. Recorded a version which peaked at number 2 on the UK charts in 1997 and was used on the soundtrack for I Know What You Did Last Summer and the marketing for Kingsman, the Secret Service. These couple ones absolutely blow my mind. Mm-hmm. You never thought you would ever hear these from these two artists. The Partridge Family. Yes. The Partridge Family performed a version on their TV series with David Cassidy on vocals. So I gotta try to dig that up now, just to see what kind of mess that was. And infamously, Milli Vanilli recorded a version on their debut album All or Nothing in 1988. And other ones also included Complex, recorded a version for their debut self-titled studio album in 1970. Funky Junction recorded a version of Hush on their only album, Funky Junction. Play a tribute to Deep Purple in 1973. The band featured Phil Lynott, Eric Bell, and Brian Downey from Thin Lizzy. And finally, Captain Jack covered Hush on the Eurodance album Party Warriors, released in Europe in 2003. Now, while we're talking on the subject of covers, there is a cover artist on YouTube that I follow and I think is pretty good. I think she could have a very successful career as a recording artist herself. If I don't know if she's gone down that route or just hasn't been discovered yet, but she does actually a pretty bang up version of Hush on her channel. The artist, her name is Alyona Ali, I'm trying to pronounce his name. um, God darn it, fumble fingers. Alyona Yarushina, and I, I think she's Swedish. I'm not sure. I could be wrong on that, but she 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 does a song on her channel along with many other covers. Some are arguably hit and miss, but she gives it everyone she does. She gives it her all. I will leave a link to her version of this song in the description of the video. So that's going to be it for this one. And if you like what you see and hear, by all means, consider subscribing to the channel. Give this video a like, a share it with your friends. Have them do the same. Every little bit helps. And I will see you next time. Till then, peace out.